Hey guys, Chris from Flow Designs. Today I'm going to show you how to install our Mark 8.5 front splitter with its brackets on a Mark 8.5. Let's get into it. Now this video is sponsored by Bayford Volkswagen. They supplied the car, so I won't be covering up the car. So if you're looking for a car, go find them. But let's get talking about the kit. Before we start installing, there's a few things to unpack first, so let me explain. First of all, the splitter comes in two finishes. It comes in a gloss black finish, which is very shiny and very pretty. We also sell it in a textured finish, which is very durable and anti-scratch. The main part of this kit is actually not the splitter, it's all the metal chassis mounts, so I'll show you how to install those. You can also add on options, so we've got little winglets that you can add on the ends and also extensions that you can add on. That's up to you. You can sort of spec out the kit that you want. So with that out the way, let's get installing. Okay, tools. You'll need a few basic tools. A drill, 10mm spanner, a T25 bit, and a little pry tool. That will get everything off the car. For installation, you need a drill, 4mm spanner, and 4mm bit, and also a 10mm spanner. Clamps help, or get some friends. Now this will also be very helpful, a little bendy tool or something similar. Now the install is going to be a lot easier if you have a hoist. If you don't have one, it's not that bad. It just means you might get a bit of a sore neck. So get a pillow. First thing is access. There's an under tray. You do need to remove it only temporarily. It's just so you can get your hand in and work under it. So it's just a bunch of T25s and 10mm, and the under tray comes off. Okay, I am also going to take some extra screws off this side of the splash guard and along the top, because it's going to be a lot easier to peel this back when you go install the brackets. So this is your fitting kit. All the bolts are stainless hardware, but you will notice that it's got these little 3D printed spacers. They go in here. That's going to help contour the splitter to the bar because it does go a little bit higher that way. It also helps with the pitch of the splitter too. Now these are going to be a very tight fit, so you need a little rubber mallet or something just to help it in. Okay, first thing I'm going to do is install the stainless steel chassis mount. So the way this works is we've made it in 3 different pieces to make installation easier. Basically, there's a lower crash bar that runs across the car. There's a vertical. So what we're going to do is we're going to install the plate on one of those verticals over the top. That will clip into here. A couple of bolts, and then there's a little base plate they put on the bottom. I'll try my best to show you in the car and see where it goes, but it does all fall into place. Okay, so I'll show you where the brackets go. One goes there, one goes there. I'm on a mobile, so I can get in here. If you look there, there's a horn. Behind the horn, you see a metal chassis lower crash bar vertical thing. It goes there. You see that plate with a hole in it? So the bottom of the plate, the hole goes in there, or the stud, and the top one, that's where the bolt goes. I'll do my best to show you what I mean. So there's the bracket we need. I'm just gonna stick my hand in behind this horn. This stud faces down, and we're gonna go into that hole. So go up, wiggle your way through, over the top, and drop the stud into the hole, and it will stay there. There you go. You can see the stud just there. Now grab your next piece. This is the vertical. It goes that way. Same thing, you got to sneak it up the same way and do the bottom one first with the nut, so that way it stays there. So grab your part this way. Go up, down, and then back up again. So up in here. So go up beside it. Put the lower part down behind the horn. Yep, there you go. And then line up the stud. So that's the bottom of the bracket. I've just got it resting there. And now I've got this bar. All you got to do is use your left hand and prop it up. Use that stud that's in the top plate. Because it's already through the hole, it won't move. I can now use my right hand and grab the nut and spin on the nut loosely. So you can see I've got it all in. I put the bottom nut on through the stud fucking downwards. We did it that way, so you can just let it rest there, so you don't need like 5 hands. Now, a top hole, we're just gonna put a bolt through it, just loosely, and then we tighten it up at the end. Now, remember that little bendy tool that we had at the beginning? This is perfect because I can actually see the hole from here. So I'm just gonna put a bolt at the end of my little extender and do it up. I can also bend this around and get the bottom hole at the same time. If not, a normal regular extension will work too. So I'll show you what it looks like when it's done. I'll just sit behind here. So you see the top bolt, the bottom stud, and it drops down to about here, and the next piece will join on. Now there is another bolt that you got to put in. If you go up and inside, you see the hole right in the middle, just above the R? You want to just slip the bolt in there and tighten it up. It's not all that hard to get to. So I'll just do the whole process again on the table so you get a bit of an idea. Just remember there's that vertical piece that goes up. This goes over the top. There's already a hole there where this stud can drop into. Then get this vertical bracket, go up, down, and up into that hole. You'll see the stud hanging down. Get your bolt, spin that on loosely, then it will rest there. You can hold the bottom, get your other bolt, feed that through, then the last bolt, it goes in and out the side. Now this is where design comes in because we've already pre-pressed all the nuts for you. So you have a look, there's already a nut pressed into the metal there, on the side, and even on the bottom plate. So we've done all the hard work for you for all the hard to reach places to make installation as easy as possible. Okay, now we're gonna do the base plate. Now there's 2 holes there at the back. We've already put the nut in for you to make it a lot easier. This connects to the bottom of the bracket that you just put in. So if you come in closer, I'll show you what I mean. Base plate, slide it in underneath everything, just above this tray, and then thread it into 2 bolts. Now the trick is this, just get it 90% tight because we do need to make some final adjustments, but let's get the bolt in first. So we've tightened the base plate, just tight enough so it holds its own weight because we've got to make some adjustments. What we need to do now is find out the natural resting position of the car. Now it will vary slightly from car to car. That's why we've slotted it. So what we're gonna do is just pinch tight it, hold the undertray up, and just sort of work out where its natural resting position is, and lower the undertray and then tighten it, and that's gonna be the final thing. I'll show you what I mean on the car. So what I've done is I've got the bracket, it's holding its own weight. I'm gonna pull it all the way down, and then I'll line up the undertray and where it needs to go. So there's a few factory holes here, so I'll just push that up. I'll put a couple of screws back in on the side as well. And if I let go, that is where it's gonna stay. It has gone up a little bit. Now I'm gonna tighten it down. Okay, so we're gonna be installing the gloss front splitter. So the first thing we're gonna do, we've taken off the tray. So now we've got going to temporarily just clip this onto the car so you can work out where the drilling points are. I don't really have anybody help me, so I've just got some clamps and I'll clamp them into position. So I've clamped everything roughly in place. Now I don't have any friends to help me, so I've just got little stands that will prop up the splitter and lots of clamps. Now we're gonna shift it into place. There's a lot of visual cues here, so show where they are, so that way you know you got the exact spot before you drill. So now we're gonna line up the splitter. We've done the back of this exactly to the bumper. It's actually very, very, very close, if not perfect. So you'll see that these squares will line up with that much there. This back line is, you want to make it flush along there. Even this corner here and the way it kicks out is exactly perfect. So what you want to do is line up the best you can, clamp it down, do the same on the other side, check it, left, right, until you're very confident and you'll know it's perfect, and then you can start drilling. Okay, so you see that corner, how it doesn't line up? I'm just gonna push it in. That's perfect right there. That corner is flush completely. I can see from underneath. I'm gonna clamp that down, and I'll just double check the other side again. Do as many times as you need to until you're confident it's perfect. Okay, a bit of a tip. When it comes to drilling, you can drill the corners one first, because you know they line up, it's very easy. Put a bolt and nut combination, the one that fits in there, tighten it, corner, and then work your way forward. That way, you know your splitter's not gonna creep forward at all. Now it's time to drill. I like to use a 8mm drill bit, which is a little bit bigger than the bolt. That way, you've got a bit of wiggle room if you need to make any micro adjustments. One thing, this hole here, this is not a drilling point. This is actually the mount to front extension. So drill everything else but that. I'll show you what that one looks like on the top of the splitter so you know what to look out for. So this is the hole you don't want to drill. If you come really close, you'll see the hole, that one's a little bit different to everything else. This is to accept a hardware for the front extension for later. So don't drill that one. And just to remind myself, I'll put a little bit of tape on it. So when it comes to drilling, you only want to drill the bumper and not what's behind it. So whatever the splitter is touching, drill that part. The nut and bolt will live between the bumper and the next piece, which will mostly be the liner. So if you come over here, I'll show you an example. So for example, we're going to drill at this mounting point here through this piece, not through this piece. And in the corner is the same thing. Through the bumper, not the liner. These 8 holes here, they go to the metal crash bar. So I'll start with an 8. I may need to drill it to maybe a 10 mil if I need a bit more room because it's going to line up. But we'll come back to that later and see how we go. Now it's time to bolt everything together. Now in the fitting kit, you got a whole assortment of bolts. Grab the 2 longest ones. These go to this brace. How this works is this lives in the bar and they go into 4 holes along the middle. The reason why it's like a bar and not individual washers, because these bumpers are not the strongest. We wanted to have a metal plate to spread the load across the whole front section of the car. And the outer ones can be supported by the metal bracket, followed by other normal nuts and bolts. So 2 bolts, long ones, go through the top, and the rest just fall in place. Just follow the instructions. So this plate lives on the other side of this lower section, or little under tray for the bumper. Just pull it down, drop it in. Now you'll notice that it's already threaded on one side. So just put the bolt through the front end, find that thread and bolt it down. So I did the front plate. It's a bit tricky because you have to get the angle to match the plate, but after a bit of angling, you can get the bolt in. For the one that's closest to the back of the car, you actually can put the bolt through the back, through the hole that you drilled, and just go through the vent because you can reach and put a nut in it quite easily. Now to line up the bolt with the vertical brackets that we installed before. Now this is going to be tricky. I have expanded the hole from a 9 to a 10 because we need a bigger wiggle room. To join the splitter with the bumper with the bracket can be tricky, but it does have wiggle. So what I'm going to do is, when I put the bolts in, I know I'm just a little bit off. I'm going to just reach from behind and just move it over a little bit and the bolt will go in. There you go. Let's do the same on both sides. If you need to adjust the plate, you can do that while you're here. Now up to our last few bolts. There should be 2 left over. So work your way from the longer one to the shorter one in the corner. Just use a nut and bolt combination, including the pack. Splitter's on, all the bolts are tight. All that's left to do is put the under tray back on and all the bolts that you've taken out. Just don't forget, if you did take out the ones on the side or in the guard liner for extra space, make sure you put those back in too. Now, if you option for the accessories, I'm going to show you how to fit them on. It's really easy because there are dedicated pre-threaded inserts in the splitter, so you can bolt this straight on. You can run it with extensions, with winglets, or both. But just remember, if you are running both, grab the longer bolt that's in the kit. Let me show you. First thing you need, if you're going to install extensions, it comes with a little Chicago bolt. It's like a reverse flat nut. It goes in this hole here. That's step 1. From there, if you look under the splitter, there's already thread for this. So just line it up, put the bolts in, 1, 2, 3, and that nut you put in. Now I'm going to put the winglet on top of the extension. That means I need the longer bolt. I've installed everything loosely because you can adjust all these like however you want. You can adjust it independently. So work out where you would want it and tighten it. On the front, there's also a little bit of rotation as well. So you can extend it and shorten it however you like. So that's how you fit our chassis mounted front splitter. I hope this helps you install your kit. It is quite fiddly, but it is very easy. So I hope you found this video useful, and thanks for watching. So little extra tips. If you're struggling with this plate, it's because the angle of the plate that's in there isn't matching the bolt. So the problem I came across is, as I was pushing up, it's pushing the plate up to the wrong angle. So when I try and push it down, it's pushing the bolt down, and it's all a bit of a mess. So I found it easier just to lift it up a little bit and push up. Don't try to push down, because otherwise you'll be fighting yourself and it'll take forever to put the bolt in. And of course, the back bolt, do that last, do the front one first, because you can just reach this from the back and do it up. That's the easy part. When it comes to the upright brackets, what I found difficult was reaching all the different size bolts, because especially the one with the stud, you need various size 10mm sockets. So I've got a longer one, a shorter one, and some of them have longer handles and shorter handles. By having a range of different 8 and 10mm socket and spanners, it made the job a lot easier, especially when you had that long extension. Another thing with the brackets, there are horns located pretty much where this needs to be. There's only one bolt, so if you want to, loosen that bolt and that horn swings away, giving you a lot more access. I also did have to make a little adjustment. Because the bottom plate, as you remember, that's adjustable. So I did find that the level of the splitter was probably a little bit out on one corner. So all I did, I went back, loosened 2 bolts, found a new natural resting position and retightened it, and that straightened the splitter right up. So if your splitter's not level, check that.